you know. Yep. So about a week ago, I guess. About a week ago. A bit more than that. Was it QueenLiesAlot? Ran was Alterion and Monster Hunter blindfolded. Or so we thought. This week, Carl released the full investigative report. Let's see what it turned out to be. Is she that good? Or did she fake the speed run? My thoughts beforehand is that she faked it. But we'll see how, why, or maybe she's just OP. Let's give it a run for the money.
Hello, you absolute legends.
Also, congrats to Carl. He hit the 1 million sub mark.
Last month, the streamer known as QueenLiesAlot pretended to beat the dragon Alatreon wearing a blindfold.
Ooh.
This garnered her quite a lot of attention. But when people experienced with the game she was playing, and those experienced in blindfold speedrunning saw her video, they realized immediately it was fake. Unfortunately, QueenLiesAlot's effort...
My main complaint, well, the first one that the blindfold will see through. My main complaint, though, every time that she gave it away, was her camera was always spot on centered on the monster. Now, me playing, I can't even do that with the regular play, but
a fake blindfolded run was extremely poor. Not only was she using strategies that are just flat out impossible to use while blind, but the blindfold she was using was so thin.
There it is. Yeah, we can literally see through it right there. See that? So that one was kind of, yeah. But the camera always blows my mind.
And obviously fake, even we, the viewers, could see straight through it. Soon enough, people were making videos calling out her fake run, and QueenLiesAlot was beginning to get quite a lot of negative attention. As it turns out, the public doesn't appreciate liars and people who try to fake gaming accomplishments for clout. After receiving backlash, QueenLiesAlot fought back, announcing that she was going to do another blindfolded run of the dragon Alatreon, but this time
that was the spicy one.
On the 14th of February, she went live, and she was stacked to the gills with ironclad anti-cheat measurements. This time she wore a genuine blindfold. She had a hand cam, she had input display, she had paper covering up her monitors, and she was live.
Oh, how did she do this? What a weird thing to fake. But, hey, people have faked worse. But this got her a lot of eyes, a lot of attention, you know, but also got her some negative attention because, you know, it's not real.
Surely there was absolutely no way she could cheat. And with all of this in place, she did it again. She beat the dragon Alatreon in front of hundreds of people. She was so convincing that it seemed like everyone now believed she was legit.
But anyway, yeah, it looks like the Altreon blindfold kill was actually real. It did actually happen.
Maybe we got it wrong.
Maybe boys.
QueenLiesAlot was just more gifted than everyone else. And she could really do things blindfolded that no one else could. Or maybe, just maybe, she just cheated again, and we don't know how. Honestly, when I first saw her successful attempt, I didn't know how she did it. But I did know two things. One, her gameplay was impossible to do blind, and
I was thinking pre-recorded. But I don't know, I don't think so.
Two, people always underestimate the autistic power of speedrunners. I was committed to finding out how this was done.
True, Carl, you tell him, brother.
I envisioned sophisticated cheating methods that would be impossible to detect. I figured that whatever QueenLiesAlot did must be pretty genius to fool everyone so easily. For 3 days, I meticulously studied her video. I worked with experts to clarify game mechanics. I spoke with programmers to see if we could replicate her run using advanced software, but I was getting nowhere. And then, after 72 hours of running into dead ends, I finally saw it. I noticed that QueenLiesAlot did something that gave everything away.
Oh,
the
here we
curtain
go.
was lifted, and the magician had exposed her secrets. I had the smoking gun, and within 20 minutes of seeing QueenLiesAlot do this one thing, we knew exactly how she did it, and we had the proof. As it turns out, I was on the wrong track the entire time. I thought the method she used must have been smart because no one detected it. But in the end, it turned out to be the simplest and dumbest method I could have imagined. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how Queen QueenLiesAlot faked her most recent blindfolded takedown of the dragon Alatreon, and I guarantee that you'll be shocked at just how many things she did to try and fool you. I really hope you enjoy.
I don't know how this is gonna turn out. I thought it was pre-recorded, but maybe not. It's definitely not. I don't think it's definitely like a program or anything.
Legends, let's be honest. If you're watching my channel, it's because you are a gigantic nerd.
Oh,
I'm a huge nerd. You're a huge nerd. That's just the way it is.
Okay.
And as nerds, there is nothing more important or fulfilling than having a really good gaming PC, which is why you should invest in a PC from today's sponsor, Starforge Systems. Starforge makes things super easy, especially for people like me who don't know how or just don't want to build their own PC. They offer amazing pre-built PCs at all different price points. So if you go in with a certain budget, you know you're going to get the best you can for your money. Starforge PCs are used by tons of your favorite creators, including myself. They are built by hand in Austin, Texas by experienced builders. They look beautiful and they run smoothly. Plus, they are reliable, coming with a full 2-year parts and labor warranty. I rely on my PC for absolutely everything, including this YouTube channel.
Their price points are actually not bad. You know, for $1,200, you can get a $1,200, $1,300, $1,500. You can get it like in a 40 series, I think. 40. What are they giving? 4060s. You know, that's not bad entry. You'll get DDR5 RAM.
My standards are extremely high.
Still on DDR4.
I need something powerful, and I need
eventually
something
upgrade
quiet.
maybe in a year or
the
two.
The PC
but,
I got from Starforge Systems was literally everything I could have asked for. Please get yourself a PC you deserve. The link to Starforge Systems will be in the description. Go and check out their PCs today.
I need 200 RAM for all my gaming skills.
In my previous video, we looked at Queen QueenLiesAlot's earlier blindfolded runs, where she used a really thin, transparent sheet of material to cover her eyes and pretended that she couldn't see.
Yeah, that was
in
the
this
first
case,
run.
It was so easy to debunk because everyone can just use their own eyes and see that her blindfold was fake. As far as her gameplay was concerned, it's also really obvious that she can see as well. She claims to use the audio to know exactly where the monster is, but years of blindfolded competition tells us that this is impossible. I also highlighted that beyond knowing where the monster is, it's also impossible to detect whether you are looking up or down. So if you see a blindfolded player using their mouse to look up or down, you know they can see. In her latest attempt, we see all of those impossible gameplay mechanics in action once again, and in some cases, it's even worse. She will access the menu in order to use items and mess up the camera, and then immediately and perfectly fix it. She even does this when the dragon is not
she crafted an elixir.
making any sounds at all, so there is quite literally no audio cue, like in this example. Beyond the impossible vertical movement, we also see crazy head tracking in real time that is just laughable.
That's what I said about the camera, man. The camera is crazy.
We also see crazy head tracking in real time that is just laughable. I mean, just look at this gameplay.
And like, why would you need to follow the monster if you're playing blindfolded? The only reason you want to keep it there is because you're either tracking it
In the last clip, she is rolling underneath the dragon, keeping the camera on its head perfectly as she does it. It's hilarious. And remember, looking up does nothing. It doesn't let her hit any higher, so there is literally no point in doing this other than to see the head, which makes no sense if you're blindfolded. All of this seems very confusing because she appears to be wearing a proper blindfold. And as I mentioned before, her monitors are even covered up with paper, meaning that she can't see them anyway. This led me to consider other ways she might be playing without seeing. One way would be some kind of aimbot. Aimbots are common in many games,
I didn't think it was an aimbot.
If she had some kind of sophisticated software, it could help her aim on the dragon. This would solve the problem of locating the dragon and also solve the vertical aiming issue. However, this wouldn't solve all of the problems, like being able to dodge attacks that don't have sound cues. In one instance, she accidentally hooks onto Alatreon's leg instead of its head, and immediately releases before targeting the head again. But there is no audible difference between hooking onto the leg or the head, so there is no way she should have known. In order to solve issues like this, I theorized that maybe someone was talking to her and giving her
That's so fucking true, man. If you clip on the leg or the head, it doesn't matter.
Difference between hooking onto the leg or the head, hitting the head again.
Yeah, and she just lets go. She doesn't swing through it.
Audible difference between hooking onto the leg or the head, so there is no way she should have known. In order to solve issues like this, I theorized that maybe someone was talking to her and giving her instructions through Discord. With someone in her ear and some aim assist software, you might be able to play like this without sight.
Well, no, this has already been presented, you know, as what people can see, but he's trying to get to the bottom of how she did it. You know, with both the screens covered, like, we know it's bullshit. How is it bullshit?
Reached out to Monster Hunter World expert TSC, who actually developed the first known aimbot of the game. According to him, if she was using an aimbot to achieve this effect, it would require software far more sophisticated than anyone in the community currently possesses. It seems unlikely that this was the method. The most common theory I saw online was that she was using pre-recorded gameplay. Maybe she beat Alatreon earlier and just played that gameplay footage during her live stream. Something like this has been done before. I even made a video about a speedrunner who cheated by using a pre-recorded run during a live charity marathon. However, I didn't believe this was the case. QueenLiesAlot had 2 cameras and they were both completely in sync. I studied her mouse movements and they always seemed to match what was going on in the game. And so did her keyboard inputs. Her mouse sensitivity was very high, so a lot of movements are hard to see, but I couldn't see any discrepancies. It did appear as though she was actually playing. In my opinion, this also ruled out the idea that someone else was playing instead of her, perhaps by using remote assistance. This is an idea that the YouTuber Abisoft spent some time investigating.
I don't know, it's always like super laggy.
Aside from her mouse movements matching her gameplay, latency issues would also be a huge problem.
That's what I'm saying.
Some people suggested that she was using a magician's blindfold and she could see through it.
Oh shit. I don't know. Well, we saw the video by Juzzy. He turned off both of his screens. And he did it without even glasses, and he needs glasses to see. Hi, Deuce, what are you doing?
But this is extremely unlikely. Her blindfold doesn't look like any fake blindfold I could find, and we know what blindfold she has because it was recommended to her. Blindfolded expert Mitriz has the exact same one, and it looks exactly the same. One other thing people noticed, and trust me, we noticed this immediately too, is that after QueenLiesAlot killed Alatreon and lifted the paper up, there was something on her screen. And it seemed like she noticed this and moved the paper back down to try and hide it.
I pause it. What is on the screen?
The start menu.
And what is on the thing? Is Monster Hunter on her screen? And then watch what happens. She puts it back down.
Wait.
Is Monster Hunter on her screen? And then watch what happens. She puts it back down to cover. She's quickly trying to hide it. And then the game comes back up on screen.
This is the Windows Start menu, and the reason it appeared is because she hit the Windows key. In fact, she hits the Windows key multiple times throughout her blindfolded attempts. This bugged the hell out of us, and we had no idea why she was doing it. Could this have something to do with how she was faking her gameplay? At seemingly random times, she would hit the Windows key, which would tap her out of the game.
Activating a macro?
This caused her inputs to stop working. She would then need to hit the escape key to try and get back into the game. Watch this clip where she hits the Windows key and then spends 10 seconds trying to get the game to work again.
Hey. But how does she know it's not working?
This is bizarre, and she does this multiple times without ever mentioning it. She acts as if this really weird thing that she is doing isn't happening, which is obviously really suspicious. Ultimately, it seems like this is some kind of unrelated tech issue that she was having with her eye tracker. Multiple times before she even started her blindfolded attempts, we can see her hitting the Windows key in order to fix something. She even mentioned it earlier in her stream.
We needed to fix the Toby.
Toby? It's wild that people
I think
can
this
do
tech
this for
issue has
real.
nothing to do with her blindfolded
It is.
attempts, but
Well, I think the thing is that she thought it would be a nice hype video, but she doesn't understand that when crazy records get completed in the gaming like community, people start investigating to see how it's done. People make videos on the accomplishments. And well, if something's a little too good to be true, most of the time it will be, you know. Like odds, like what, like, you know, there's a chance that we will flip a coin and get, I don't know, 2 heads in a row. There's also a chance that we can flip a coin and get 50 heads in a row. Is the chance very high? No. But it exists.
an important question to ask is how did she know there was a problem? She was blindfolded and couldn't see, but knew there was some kind of technical
that's what I'm
issue
saying.
and always tried to fix
How
it.
did
And
she
she did all of
know?
this without looking, and without saying anything to her audience. It's all really bizarre. In the end, however, after discovering the truth, I realized this was a giant red herring. After several days of brainstorming, I was beginning to run out of ideas. But then, in the middle of the night, I revisited a question I had from day one. There was something that QueenLiesAlot did that was really strange, and I couldn't figure it out. Immediately after she covers her main monitor with paper, while she is attempting to distract her viewers, she holds down her left mouse button for 10 seconds. This was actually one of the very first things I noticed when investigating her run, but I never had an answer as to why she did it. Normally, when you hold a button down for a few seconds, it activates something, and this
Is Gaignun claiming he didn't get fooled? I did not get fooled. I just don't know how she did it. My theory is pre-recorded, but that seems to be going out the window so far. But we're seeing. I didn't get it though. The first thing that threw me off was the camera angle. That the fact that it was always facing towards the boss. Hell, I can't even do that while I can see with my own eyes. You know, keep that hard focus. Well, I can't imagine being blindfolded. I'd imagine the camera would be like on the roof or the floor or something like that.
was one of the reasons I thought she was using some kind of software. But I had overlooked something that was so obvious and so simple, I can't believe I didn't see it immediately. Once I understood what she was doing, it was game over.
Okay.
Holding her mouse button down for 10 seconds told me everything I needed to know.
That activates
It
the
unlocked
macro.
all of her secrets. It revealed to me that there was in fact a third hidden monitor.
Oh la
QueenLiesAlot
la.
wants us to believe that she only has 2 monitors. When she covers them up, she makes sure to verbally state that her monitor on the left has all of her other stuff on it.
To the main attraction as we get our duct tape for our main monitor because, yeah. There's the other one. So you guys know. There it is. With all my other stuff on it.
Why do you have OBS on your main monitor?
This
though?
is a lie. In truth, she has a third monitor to her right, off camera. Before she covers it with paper, we can see that her main monitor has her OBS streaming software on it. This shows her gameplay, and it also has her Twitch chat docked into it as well. One thing that struck me as odd is how she decided to wait until her monitors were covered with paper before setting everything up. This makes no logical sense, and she even tries to act like this wasn't on purpose.
No problem. Alright, alright, cool. Now, alright. Oh god, I'm sorry, I didn't think this through.
But the reason she did this is because she had to ensure that what she did
Got
was
him.
hidden from the camera. This is where the beauty of the input display comes in.
There
because
it
we can
is.
still
She's
see
holding.
everything she's doing.
She's
But it's
dragging.
obvious she is trying to hide it. What she does next is very sneaky. She lifts up the paper on her main monitor, which has her OBS on it. She clicks on her OBS window and holds down the mouse key. Then, while she is holding down the mouse button, she distracts her audience with verbal diarrhea.
Where is?
Lucky
That's why
car.
we go through what we go through, right?
Car.
You know?
Verbal
And it's the way that it has to be. And,
Oh man.
Next is the key that I should have seen immediately. What is the most common thing you do when you hold down your mouse button? You drag windows. While talking, she drags her OBS to her hidden monitor on the right. We can confirm this with the input display. We can see her hand move it to the right, and she even looks at her hidden monitor on the right when she does this. Even looks at her hidden
you can see the reflection of the screen on her face and her eyeball. You can literally see it in her.
hidden monitor on the right when she does this.
Oh my god.
that's why we go through what we go through, right?
Okay. True.
You know?
True.
And it's the way that it has
Her
to be.
webcam is on top of them. Well, I mean, my webcam isn't on my monitor. It's sitting on a little arm doohickey. Just like little thing clipped to the table. I don't know. So I mean, that could be a thing. You know, I'll give her that one. But damn, that's good. That's good, kiddo. That is good. That is good, though. That is good. You're an arm doohickey? No, I'm not. My arm. Why is my arm itchy, though? Am I getting bitten by mosquitoes? I think it is mosquito season now.
And,
She will use her OBS on the hidden monitor to see the game. Immediately after this, she pretends to move the OBS to her left monitor.
alright,
No shot.
move that over.
No shot.
Sure it's there. Okay. I'm sorry.
She moves her mouse to the left, she looks to the left, and she even says that she's moving something. However, we
she's
can
got
see on the
input
input
control.
display, she doesn't even
Nah.
click her mouse.
Move that over. Okay.
Input display.
Now, despite the fact her monitor
Input display will. If she didn't have input display, she could have got it. She could have got him. She could have got him. You know, I don't think there would have been enough proof without the input display. Oh my god.
on the right
Mosquitoes don't bite you, they know you smell. I know I smell delicious.
is supposed to be a secret, she cannot help but
Mm.
stare at it constantly.
Wait, don't
she
they
even
like a certain
responds
type
to
of
this
blood or
exact
something?
message in chat while looking at it.
I would 1000% upload your run, including this whole setup you just did entirely unedited. But that's probably already been told.
However, mid-sentence she realizes how stupid this is and stops talking.
Alright. Oh yeah. Everything will be unedited.
Oh man, she said, "Oh yeah, everything will be it."
After panicking and thinking for 10 seconds, she tries to fix this mistake and pretends she read the message from the monitor on the left.
Oh yeah. Everything will be
She's literally looking at the fucking screen, man.
unedited. What was the last thing you said? Unedited.
The funny thing about QueenLiesAlot reading chat from her hidden monitor is that it's completely unnecessary. There is no need to have chat there in the first place, and it just causes her to constantly look at it, making it obvious it's there. And it also causes her to screw up by responding to it. I'm guessing she just couldn't help herself, and she really wanted to see all of her fans talking about her as she was playing. So we know that she has a monitor to her right, but how does she see it? Well, the secret is in how she's wearing her blindfold. She's wearing it very, very loosely. It's barely able to stay on her face, and on top of that, she wears it very high. This is not how you're supposed to wear a blindfold. Anyone who owns a
fans definitely love her for her personality. That's true, man.
Blindfold like this knows you don't wear them loose, you wear them tight. If you wear them loose, light gets in.
But it's clearly not for blind boss.
By wearing her blindfold loose, she can see through a small gap between her nose and the blindfold. The gamer Juzzy has already replicated her exact setup.
We have
his
seen
case,
this.
He showed his 2 monitors, which he turned off. He wore a proper blindfold.
Yes.
He used the exact
Dude,
same
he beat
input
the
display,
shit out of
and he
this
had
dragon.
a hand cam. With all of this, he also...
It made me realize that I don't know how the fuck to use this weapon at all. He's like spinning the freaking axe, doing all sorts of lawnmower techniques I've never even seen.
So killed Alatreon in expert fashion.
And he had the same thing, the camera, the key inputs, and this Juzzy.
Here, he explains how he did it.
As you can see now, my monitors are off and I'm blindfolded, but despite my short-sightedness without glasses, I can clearly see these targets and shoot it.
Dude, look at that.
And why
I can't even shoot that straight without a blindfold. That's good. It's really good.
is that? It's because there's a secret here. Right now, I'm wearing the blindfold, right? But I can see out the gaps between my nose and my blindfold, and if I wore it even looser, I'd be able to see out the sides left and right in my peripheral vision. Then the next step to the trick is the fact that another thing you guys noticed, there's 2 monitors here, right? But they're not the only ones. There's a 3rd monitor on my left.
On top of wearing
There it is. There it is.
her blindfold very loosely,
There it is.
QueenLiesAlot also sits back in her chair and looks up in an unnatural way. This is to get a better viewing angle. Before her attempt with the new blindfold, she had spent around 1 hour playing with her old blindfold over multiple days and weeks. And for that entire time, she always sat like this. She was
Oh,
leaning
man.
forward and looking directly in front of her. This is because while her blindfold was partially obscuring her sight, she could see straight through it and was looking at the monitor directly in front of her. With the new blindfold, she can't
She
see
had
through
to look at the other monitor.
the front of it, which is why she has now completely changed her sitting position so she can see down and to the side. This is not a normal way to sit, and world-class blindfold speedrunner Bubsia
Why is she
confirms that when you
trying
see
so
someone
hard?
sitting
This
in
is
this
so sad.
position, it's a
She didn't know. She didn't know that people would go this hard. You know, she didn't assume it'd be such a big deal, probably, because she doesn't really know what goes into blindfolded runs. That's doing shit blindfolded is insane. I can't even imagine. I probably couldn't even type a sentence blindfolded, and I don't really look at my hands to type. You know, how about don't lie then? Yeah, no, that's 100% true. You're right, kiddo. But what I'm thinking is that she was trying to make a viral hit, and was trying something, you know, that was supposed to be an accomplishment, and it is. But like Carl said in the beginning, speedrunners are speedrunners, and once they start going through the footage, they start going through it hard.
giant red flag.
And she didn't expect it, I don't think.
And if I curve up even more, but that's already looking very sus, I guess, if you sit there like your neck breaking.
Yeah, like this.
If I sit like this, for
Hey, guys.
example, I
Hey,
can
guys.
see half of my monitor.
I'm gonna do a blind run too. Be like, hey, what's up,
I
guys?
can see OBS.
Oh,
right now,
bro, this is a
literally. I can
crazy
see
blind
the
run.
Volume meters going up.
What?
I can see the picture. If I turn a bit, I can see the other monitor.
And it's as simple as that. There is a hidden monitor on the right, and she is playing through her OBS, which she discreetly moved to it. I can't believe I spent so much time researching aimbots when the solution was so stupidly basic. And while it's so easy just to say there was a hidden monitor, which some people did, it's
With
an entirely
obvious
different story
eyeballs
to
cut in the
provide
back.
concrete evidence.
Exactly.
The fact that we
Dress
can
up as a
literally see her
Hamburglar.
move OBS to the hidden screen, the fact that she reads chat from it,
Hamburger
the fact that
outfit.
she stares at it constantly, the fact that she wears her blindfold so loosely, and the fact that she sits in such a weird position, all prove beyond a reasonable doubt that this is the way she cheated. But here is my favorite part. After she has killed Alatreon, and while paper is still covering her screen, she looks directly at the hidden monitor and moves the camera around perfectly. It's like she's not even trying to hide it. And beyond all of this, the simple fact remains, the way she played the game is impossible to do if you can't see.
I have
Now
a
let's be
feeling
real
her
for a
viewers
second.
aren't
At
gonna
the end of
leave.
the day, this entire thing
No, I don't think she's gonna lose any viewers. You know, she's gonna catch a little flack for it, and I really probably hope she doesn't recommend another thing like this. But yeah, you know, this will just be, you know, one of the memes that she'll always have to live with, you know. I think the name was going around Queen Fakes a lot. Yeah, so you know, that's just part of life.
isn't a big deal. This is just silly, fun internet drama,
Yeah,
and
there
it's
it
just
is.
really interesting to learn how Queen Ponsalot faked her blindfold runs. Personally, I'm not emotionally charged about this. I just love trying to expose video game fraudsters because I enjoy it. This
That's
whole
right.
back and forth is honestly really entertaining. But make no mistake, her behavior is not healthy, and it's not a good thing. There are gamers who spend thousands of hours legitimately trying to do amazing things without the ability to see. Blindfolded gaming takes a lot
That's
of hard work,
crazy.
and it takes a lot of
Sekiro
ingenuity. And Queen
blindfolded.
Ponsalot keeps taking a giant steaming dump on all of their efforts.
This dude's got his monitors off. Fucking Daredevil over here. What the fuck?
And Queen Ponsalot keeps taking a giant steaming dump on all of their efforts. Because of her actions, people are going to trust the accomplishments
Get
of
with her
real
cat. You
gamers
can do
even
anything.
less. Skepticism will
Well, this isn't anything
disproportionately
crazy.
rise,
This
and
is
the
just-
public will become even more.
Dude, there's so many. You can go on Carl's YouTube page, and he's done videos on a lot of people faking video game records and speedrun records. Like, he just spoke about the other guy who did it with he did was a charity event with pre-recorded content.
More cynical. But on the flip side, maybe that's a good thing. The amount of people who threw common sense to the wayside and took her runs at face value is pretty shocking.
That
maybe
is.
people do need to be a bit more skeptical. And
Maybe.
maybe this lesson was an important one to learn.
It
Let me
was.
know what you think in the comments. I worked with a group of gamers who helped me do research for this video, including the YouTuber Abisoft, who is also releasing a video about this most recent run. I know for a fact he is including many details I haven't mentioned myself, so if you want to learn even more, please go and check out his video as well. The link will be in the description. Thank you so much for watching, you legends. I hope you're having a
Guys, stop
fantastic
faking
day,
your
and I will
speed
see you in the
runs.
next video.
What do you mean? My speedruns aren't fake, dude. We're like the best ever. Like, my speedrun for Sekiro is unbeaten. I think we're like, what, 72 hours in, fighting the demon of hate? No one has ever done that in the history of the world. Ever. We're like number one. Yep. That was a great video by Carl. That was a great video. Jesus, Asmon Cole did 140 minutes, an hour and 40 minutes on this. Thanks everyone for the 1 mil. Hey, that's hilarious. Just came here after Asmon had a chat with her mods and self-proclaimed experts in the field. Oh my god. Anyone who's played any amount of Monster Hunters can immediately tell her runs would be impossible. That's funny. the mod's defenses were she uses Alt and Control to recenter the camera. She did have a third monitor, but all that was on it was chat. Don't. They've seen her do it in person. She was very nervous because she's under scrutiny. And remember, nothing is impossible. Oh, wow. Damn, am I really gonna subject myself to this shit? Maybe. Isn't there like an Asmon clip of this? I just want to hear the mod side of it. Yes. Oh, sweet lord.
Proof that she moved OBS to her third monitor. Okay, let's see it.
Quick recap. QueenLiesAlot is a monster hunter blindfold speedrunner who has been exposed as a cheat. She was able to successfully pull it off by having a third monitor.
Dude, Cat Danny does not fucking play. Holy shit. Cat Danny's sick. And she's a fucking cheater. This is how she did it.
On her side and peeking through her loose blindfold, as Carl Jobst explained thoroughly. Her defense is that the third monitor doesn't exist. Here's the final nail in the coffin about this.
So I went and checked.
Asmon has reacted to the entire internet at this point. Not yet. I mean, there's new drama. This just came up, you know, the Monster Hunter drama is pretty new, so he's still working his way through it because we get something new every couple of months. That's insane.
The live stream, and I found evidence that OBS is matter of fact on the third screen to the right.
Let's see it.
So I wanted to see if she would ever move OBS back onto her main monitor, and if I could catch her doing it from the right, you know?
Yeah, right,
But I
because
never
she
did
moved
that.
over,
Sadly,
she had to move back.
There was no footage of her doing that. So I started thinking of something else. Well, she uses OBS, right? And in
Yes.
OBS you can change scenes like this.
Yep.
Oh!
Wow, insane, right? And you can do that either by having a shortcut key or by pressing manually in OBS.
Yeah.
I started looking through the live stream to see if she ever manually clicked inside OBS. And she does. Oh, she does. If we look on the second monitor, if you look down here, we can see the mouse is going to be moving up. Let's see here. Where is the mouse?
I see. Yep, right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it moves up to the right. Okay.
And then she's looking. She's looking in that direction. Bro, she's looking right in that direction. Like that's such an interesting situation, isn't it?
And then let's look down here.
And you see, she's leaning over, and she is looking in that direction again.
Any moment, she's gonna click, and the moment she does, transition to a new scene in OBS.
I was thinking he was gonna try to pull something like that. Bro, oh my god. Oh my god, dead to fucking rights. Let's watch it again. Okay, here we go.
Click, and the moment she does,
the moment
transition to a new scene in OBS. She manually clicked inside OBS to change her scene. She moved her mouse to the right. Her OBS is on her third monitor on the right.
It's like at this point, I think I went from 99% to 99.9%. We're probably gonna add some more nines by the time that this is over.
Oh, I thought this was with the mods.
Over, man.
Is this not it? God damn it, Asmon Clips baited me again.
I mean, do I?
Blindfold cheater attacks Carl Jacobs. Did this one?
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me.
Okay. All right, boys. We're still in. Here we go. Oh, this is gonna be great. Oh man, I can't. Oh, this is gonna be good. Okay.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. I appreciate
QueenLiesAlot mod joins the stream to defend her.
your time.
Oh yeah, I mean, I appreciate yours as well. I mean, do you think that she cheated?
I know for a fact that she didn't.
Context. QueenLiesAlot is a monster hunter blindfold runner who has fooled thousands of people. But today, the absolute legend Carl Jobst
He's right, yeah.
revealed the final truth.
She also revealed the monitor?
So we know that she has a monitor to her right, but how does she see it? Well, the secret is in how she's wearing her blindfold. By wearing her blindfold loose, she can see through a small gap between her nose and the blindfold.
Yeah,
Right now,
even right here I
I'm
could see you.
blindfold, right? But I can see out the gaps between my nose and my blindfold.
On top of wearing her blindfold very loosely, Queen QueenLiesAlot
it's
also
really
sits
high.
back in her chair and looks up in an unnatural way. This is to get a better viewing angle.
After the video dropped, Queen QueenLiesAlot started attacking Carl and sent her mod on Asmon's stream to defend her.
I know for a fact that she didn't. She did nothing wrong. She did not cheat anything. She has not cheated anything. And I think that it's important for us to understand that conjecture does not equal proof. There is no physical proof. There's a lot of conjecture. There's a lot of examining many things.
You
that are
tell
on
him,
the
brother.
table. People claim, oh, she did this, she moved that.
Oh, you tell. Yeah, she's gonna go out with you next week. Next week, you guys like, oh man, bro, don't take her to a Cheesecake Factory. I saw a TikTok on that. Something else other than Cheesecake Factory. Something fancier. Yeah, most definitely. I don't know where you're at, but
there's no actual proof that any of this happened.
Well, there's no proof that it did either.
And of course, she's being accused of a crime she didn't commit, and I know that for a fact. I'm willing to put money on it.
Money, dude, sounds like he tells the librarian to be quiet. Dude, the mod met her in person. Totally getting paid.
So, okay. So first thing is that, why do you think that she tilted her head at
knows
a
they're
different
in
angle
person.
whenever she was wearing the other blindfold?
Well, sure. Whenever you're under a stress response, your body reacts differently. You position yourself differently. In the very first run, when she's wearing the first blindfold, it was a carefree run on stream done with friends for a random, hey, I wonder if I can do this. It was a completely different circumstance.
My understanding of the psychological body language, whenever that happens, people usually actually huddle up more to protect their mid body.
That's actually pretty true. You become sunken in. You know, you want to protect either your stomach area, your soft spots, and typically your throat. Your head comes down, you know, because that's your soft spot. But I mean, I don't know. I'm ignorant in this too, so she probably let him touch her hand for a minute.
Because that's where your organs are. That's where you know.
I'm a physician.
You don't.
That's not
that's
entirely
not true. All right. So you think that it's legitimate?
Wait, he's a doctor? He's a doctor? And an admin and a mod? He's a doctor and a mod? Oh my god. And he's a physician, but yet he knows the psychological response of how your body reacts? The stress? Wait, hold on. I'm getting a little confused. The physician is a physical doctor, right? We're talking about the psychological response of your body being put under stress and duress and what kind of results that would have on you. Wait. I need to hear that again. Hold on.
Because that's where your organs are. That's where.
Don't you know every mod has a PhD at the end of every field? Ah, I knew it. Dudes have like 7 PhDs from what he tells me in every single thing that I do.
You know.
I'm a physician.
You don't.
That's not
that's
entirely
not true. All right. So you think that it's legitimate, and you think that the way that she was sitting was just purely a stress response, and it wasn't.
If I may, I don't think. I know. I know that it is legitimate.
Okay.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
Without a shadow of a doubt. Okay.
But I also want to bring up the point that it doesn't seem like anybody else.
It's not true. Just calls me. He's like, nah, I'm a doctor, brother. I'm a doctor. Or at least I play one on TV. That's not what the body does. It's not.
Has been held,
nah, bro.
Held to the standard that she's been held to. We have CSI investigating experts that have been going to every single length, looking to even the reflections on her phone, trying to analyze what's on that
They
screen.
do this to all the
Yet
speedrunners
no
who break
other
crazy
professional has been
records.
held to the same standard that she has been. No one's asked.
I literally talked about Carl exposing other gamers. There we go. The biggest cheating scandal in speedrunning history. Running a tight room. Doom's most precarious speedrun. The biggest cheater in guitar history. The worst fake speedrun on YouTube.
You think
everyone
that
else
is?
happy? Well, I think it's because
Geometry Dash's biggest cheater was finally caught. Dreams cheating confession.
the initial conjecture that she faced when she did her first run. And she is a nobody that decided to do this on a whim, and that caught the entire world by storm.
So, like, how is it that every single other person in this community is not able to rebalance their camera in any circumstance
That's what I kept saying.
without a lock on. But
The
she
camera
was.
is insane.
I'm not a blindfolded expert, so I'm not sure.
He did the exact same thing that she did under the same
Exactly.
Well, hold on. He did not do the exact same thing she did.
How?
He did use the same because he did use a third monitor. He did look from his blindfold at a third monitor and completed the run.
She's Daredevil. He's a cheater. That's the time out, Asmon. Hold your horses there. I know what you're getting at. He was looking at a third monitor. She's just naturally gifted.
By looking through the blindfold at that third monitor.
That's correct.
QueenLiesAlot did not do that.
Did she look at OBS through the third monitor?
No.
How do you know that?
Because I know.
Okay. How would you?
She didn't look at the third monitor? Nah, bro. How? How do you know? Trust me, bro. All right.
Expect anybody else to believe that.
I welcome the skepticism. She did her initial blindfolded run on a whim.
Wait, what do you mean? You just said the skepticism was bad and all the CSI investigators and whatnot, right?
On stream with no particular set of guidelines. She didn't know what she didn't know either. So she,
yes, she didn't know that they would look deep. She did not know that they would actually look this deep.
Reached out to a credible expert who was a world record holder in that community and followed the exact specifications that he
Who's this
set
expert?
Out.
Well, what is his opinion of this?
I've spoken with Mitch Riz, and he is on the fence. I'm sorry, I just got a message from Mitch Riz. He's actually watching right now. He's the world record holder.
So you said you've been watching. What do you think?
I think the evidence right now points pretty.
It hasn't smiled.
So
bro.
you said you've been watching. What do you think?
Look at this shit. He's like, this is some bullshit. Oh, he's having a good time. Oh, that's like...
I think the evidence right now points pretty strongly in the way of not meeting, I would say, the proof that would be needed for blindfolded. I'm trying not to like put it too harshly. So
okay, all right. So yeah, that's about right.
Dude, Cat Danny's editing is some of the best, man. He runs Asmon clips. Fucking Cat Danny, man. Oh, man. Her mods sounded exactly like you'd expect them to. How do you know? Because I know. I'm a physician. That was the best line. I'm a physician, bro. Trust me, it's the J. Oh, man, and she did not join the call. Eh. Man tries to bullshit the king of bullshit. Bro, that smile was hilarious. It's because he already knew, man. He already knew. A physician has enough time to pull this shit. Well, I know new attacker, to us low-achieving individuals, it may seem like a challenge, but for this Giga Chad over here, this mod Giga Chad, he's able to be a physician,
time to talk with me,
have time to be a Twitch mod every time she's streaming, as well as do these freelance interviews, and also I think he was going to college to be an accountant, as well as working on a physics PhD. So I know that seems like a shock to us low-achieving individuals, but, you know, these other forms of higher achievement, you know, are nothing like us. You know, they wake up at 4 in the morning, start their day, and go to bed at, you know, 3:30 in the morning and get ready, you know. I was under the impression doctors are busy. And what a Giga Chat. It's a godly amount of multitask. Yeah, I know. It's just, to us regular folk, you know, we're not used to that. But, you know, we got the super physician and Daredevil. I bet she paid him with a side. I'm so done. So done, bro. Oh, man. I might watch this I might fucking sacrifice an hour of my time and watch some of this. I just want to hear what these dudes have to say. I really want to fucking know it. I really want to hear these dudes what they have to say, man. I am so tempted. Oh, yeah, this is such petty drama and a waste of time. I am all in for it, boys. I'm so in. I'm all in.